Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Director. How are you?
Hello, Boichi-sensei?
In this video, I'll demonstrate how to apply the 8 key design elements for clothing and hairstyles we've discussed. We'll review each element and show how to effectively incorporate them into your designs. The truth is, this video is a reshoot.
It was really hard.
We put much effort into it, but it seemed insufficient to show you the basic drawings and design sheets I had previously made. I decided to reshoot the video because I thought it would be more helpful for those studying manga to see the design process from the beginning. I will continue to work hard to bring you quality video content. Please leave your warm and loving comments for our director, who works hard on editing. In the previous video, I talked about the 8 critical design elements. Of course, there may be more points, but I want you to remember these 8. 1. Character setting and story. 2. Motifs. 3. Environment. 4. Engineering aspects and data. 5. Genre and trends. 6. The training and practice regularly. 7. Style and preferences. 8. Reuse. From 1 to 4 are orthodox methods, while from 4 to 8 are simple and easy. Let's draw the character designs on the manga concept. So, here's how we'll set it up. Let's say there's an animation studio that's pitched a new TV series, and they also want the serialized comicalization. So, they've approached manga artists to commission character designs. Let's begin with this scenario. Mr. Director, could you please read the character concept I've written?
All right, let me read it. A galaxy far away, a distant planet inhabited by powerful beings. It falls prey to a league of evil entities, resulting in the extinction of its species. But one child, the only son of a great hero, manages to escape thanks to his father's sacrifice. The extraterrestrial boy named Alpha. His adventures and exploits will unfold from here on Earth.
Man, I wrote this, but it is so classic. If an animation studio received this request, they'd probably complain. Man, this is too classic. But I intentionally prepared something classic to make it easy and fun for you to understand as you design manga characters. Remember, this is a concept, not a story. We're building a story based on the concept. And doesn't this character concept sound familiar to you, right? If you think so, you're correct. It's indeed an ancient concept. It is a classic hero narrative concept often used in comics. In fact, the concept of heroism appears not only in comics but also in literature and mythology worldwide. And I wish this concept had seen more use. Why? Because classics should be eternal, and something simple, easy, commonly used, and familiar. This isn't something to be denied. It should continue to be used frequently. Let's envision receiving a request to propose character designs based on such a concept. First, let's brainstorm ideas related to this character. We could guess. Okay, the character is an alien, and he is the last of his kind, resident of Earth, and he's a transcendent being, having these 4 aspects in mind. It's still hard to describe for design purposes, but voila! I've received additional information about the character's traits from the animation company. According to them, the character is humanoid. He is like a human, but his costume is not a humanoid type. The main character is a boy, about 16 years old. His personality is energetic, enthusiastic, and righteous, but ruthless towards enemies. He possesses strong charisma. He utilizes alien technology inherited from his home planet as weapons. These are fundamental concepts. Other than that, I can draw freely and design as I want, and if I have any other good ideas, I can even make suggestions. The last part is quite concerning. While asking for suggestions may seem like granting me a lot of authority, it might also seem like the mangaka is relying heavily on the designer, but there's also a sense of validation. So it feels like taking the lead by making some suggestions and immersing myself in this given setting to give it a try. I've already created this character in my mind. In the author's mind, this character has already begun to breathe life into the design. And the next step is to think about the motifs. Thinking about the motif is the beginning of design. Character analysis is the prelude to design. What motif shall we consider? A 16-year-old boy with superpower. A superhero action? Then how about an eagle? What about a turtle? It isn't a bad idea at all. Let's see. How about a spoon?
A spoon? Can it work?
Why not? It could work. After all, a spoon can be a great source too. How about using a spider as a motif? When you think of a spider, you can recall the world's most famous superhero, right?
Yeah, the friendly neighborhood is amazing.
Spiders are also a great source of design. They work well for mechanical designs, as well as character designs. They're suitable for characters, creatures, villains, and anywhere. What do you think about the baby bottle?
The baby bottle? It seems a bit odd.
You know what? The motif of my avatar character is the baby bottle. Once, I designed a robot with a baby bottle for mechanical design. And I used that robot design as my avatar character. I don't have any specific reason, but I just used it. My avatar character Boichi also has a round appearance, so I've been using it like that. How about using a pro wrestler or a circus performer as a motif?
Sound interesting.
You have a remarkable creative sense. The design motifs for superheroes like Superman often drew inspiration from circus performers and wrestlers around the early 20th century. So, how about considering something other than objects or creatures, like the letter A? His name is Alpha, spelled as the alphabet A. How about that? We could explore designs inspired by battleships, aircraft carriers from World War II, or something like the Aegis destroyer from modern battleships. What else do you mind, given the premise of inheriting advanced alien technology?
That's a great idea.
Yes, it's entirely feasible. Mr. Director, you told me you like the movie Ghostbusters, right? I made a character by mixing my friend's image and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. Designing based on real-life people around oneself is also an excellent method. When drawing inspiration from real-life individuals, people often opt for friends, family, or famous movie actors. However, as I mentioned, this approach is commonly utilized directly in character design. In exploring motifs, let's consider incorporating a turtle. Given the non-humanoid costume, we'll portray it as a turtle, adding elements that suggest it could be equipped with weaponry.
I mind the Ninja Turtles.
Yes, when you think of turtles, Ninja Turtles immediately come to mind. It's a famous work. You can use motifs repeatedly, as many as you can. There's no rule against using something that has been used before. However, you shouldn't plagiarize the design. It's okay to use Ninja Turtles as a motif. You can create something different. Was it good to showcase the use of Ninja Turtles as a motif?
If you draw the Ninja Turtles, the view count goes rocket high?
And let's talk about the environment. The character concept we've received doesn't include environmental settings. Usually, mangakas don't get requests from companies that do a rough job on character settings or planning. However, even within this concept, we can find a few environmental points to consider. First, alien technology gives us the flexibility to think creatively and design characters more freely. And the environment where Alpha lives is our home planet Earth. The design might include elements of modern civilization, or it might not. Given the limited environmental details, we can incorporate alien technological elements while using modern civilization of Earth design elements where possible. For now, we are designing the costume and hairstyle, not the character itself, so I'll keep the character's face and body neutral. Sometimes it's beneficial for a character to have a neutral appearance. We're using a turtle as a motif right now. We could consider incorporating a turtle shell into the design. We could also consider turtle flippers. These are common and straightforward ideas. I think they are too familiar. Let's try using a turtle head as part of the design. Let's consider it this way. A helmet is a part of the hairstyle. As mentioned in the previous video, hats can be seen as a character hairstyle. You can approach it from this perspective. However, it still feels somewhat ordinary. How about change the turtle shell? We could apply it to the front as well. When it comes to turtles as a motif, using the shell is inevitable. Or, we could have the shell draped over the shoulders like a cape. We can consider these options. For instance, the turtle's head can serve as a helmet flipped over the character's head. While keeping the shell intact, drawing turtle hands is up to you. What do you think about drawing both the turtle's head and shell? And including the tail? With this in mind, I've established the direction for the character design. Draw the character definition is 2 heads high. The manga style is slightly more cartoony than realistic. We should highlight a slightly cute vibe, but as it's also an action manga, we should also emphasize the action elements. Let's include the turtle's arms as a motif here. And I want to achieve a cute yet somewhat tough feel. And add a shell pattern to the front. I mentioned the character's name is Alpha, so let's try incorporating the alphabet character A. Adding the letter might be too ordinary, so let's try to make it turtle-like. I've made the A slightly less prominent. Let's also incorporate modern elements of Earth's civilization. Alpha is an alien, but he's living on Earth, right? So these elements should be part of the character. He is a 16-year-old boy. Therefore, he could wear a school uniform. His definition is likely to be about 2.5 heads high. Now, we can't fully appreciate the characteristics of the turtle shell design only on this view, so let's also draw the side view. Adding the side view will better highlight the features of the shell. Alpha is a main character. He should radiate strength and charisma. Let's give the turtle's eyes a charismatic expression. While he possesses charisma, he shows no mercy to enemies. So let's make his arms look more menacing yet still retain a sense of cuteness. What I'm drawing right now is just a quick demonstration. Let's highlight the shell element as part of the alien technology. It integrates alien technology. It should evoke not only a turtle-like, but also a sense of alien machinery. Various alien weapons and advanced armaments are attached and concealed within the turtle shell. When it opens up, engines and weapons appear. It would be awesome if the weapons were protruding out. I'll draw guns or laser cannons. What do you think? Is it like a laser cannon? This is my preference. And I like drawing circles. I've added mechanical elements to the circles. Adding circles sparked some ideas. Let's add a circle here too. What do you think? Let's draw a circle here too. Let's draw a circle that also looks like it's coming from something here. And here too. And the school uniform for 16-year-old boys. We can design the character like this. It's like a stereotypical boy's manga character design. You can draw in a cartoony or realistic style if you prefer. It's up to you. The next character definition is likely to be about 5 or 6 heads high. Here, the protagonist's personality is expressed through the designer's style and preferences in the design. His personality is righteous and charismatic. Cover the eyes slightly. If someone messes with him, it could cause big trouble. He's the kind who, when poked, suddenly snaps and bites hard like a snapping turtle. I've also drawn his face a bit more intense. He's a stereotypical boy manga character, so, oh yeah, I should draw the side view. First, I'll show you the front view, and then I'll try the side view again. I'm drawing this without preparation. Let's make the eyes charismatic as well. I'll darken the outer part. Doesn't it resemble a car's headliner? I'll bring the head forward and change the angle of the lower part to show the side view. To clarify, this character is a stereotypical 5 to 6 heads boys manga character. Although it's quite an old trend. Have you often seen neck covering like this in manga? I mentioned it in the genres and trends part. Covering the neck is quite common. Let's give it a try. Since a turtle inspires it, let's add some neck folds similar to a turtle's. Let's attach a piece of the turtle shell to the shoulders. Attaching it to the shoulders will give it a protective gear feel. Here and here, we've incorporated futuristic superhero and alien technology elements. How about turning the letter a logo here? The alien elements will highlight the human aspects by incorporating the school uniform. I really like the Gakuen style school uniform. It's my style and preference. And among my preferences, I consider shoes necessary. Let's incorporate more elements of the turtle shell and draw sneakers. Let's add the turtle shell again. Should we make the shell larger like this? Or smaller? Which one should I draw, Mr. Director?
How about making this part smaller this time?
This is my style, so I'll draw it with more complication. There are various reasons for this and some things behind it. Let's think about what this is later. I'll draw the shell a bit of a different look, not too much like a turtle. But I like to draw the turtle shell. I even practiced drawing turtle shell patterns when I was a kid. But drawing it like this seems too plain, so let's add some vital elements. If we make this part more complex, it gives the impression of having intricate mechanisms. Let's use it for something later on. Designing characters like this makes you realize how important personal preferences, regular practice, and your own design library are, doesn't it? Now, let's envision a character in the typical style of a boys' manga, defined as around 8 heads high. For the hairstyle, how about that iconic spiky anime and manga hair look? I like to call it the aloe style. Let's give it a shot. It's been a hit ever since Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh! Where should I incorporate the turtle elements? Let's integrate the turtle here. Since we've added some intricate detailing here, let's maintain consistency in style. Consistency is key when designing. A protective gear that doesn't cover the entire neck but only the lower part. This is quite commonly used nowadays. It's also a trend. Let's make this part of the design more complex. It's giving off a turtle vibe. We're incorporating modern design elements, so let's not overcrowd it and stop here. I'll also add a circle here, which is something I like. It's my style and preference, but I often include circles if I need to decide what to add. Let's make sure not to pull the shoulders too far back. Let's emphasize the sturdy and robust feel of the turtle. Mr. Director, could you suggest any outfit style for me?
How about the school gym uniforms?
I think it doesn't quite fit the character, but sometimes that can be appealing. Well, it's just a limitation of my skills. Is the ankle-length pants style in fashion these days? Or is wearing something broader more fashionable?
Something broader is trendy.
Oh, really?
Wait, the ankle-length pants style in fashion these days?
Unfortunately, it doesn't look cool. I'll change this part a bit. I'll add elements of a snug neckline. How about the hood style? Okay, what do you think? Does it look better now? He should wear sneakers too. He has some attitude problems. I accidentally drew the front view instead of the side view. Presenting characters like this has become my habit when I design the character design. I apologize. Incorporating the turtle shell here is tricky because of the neckline. Though it won't be visible from the back, I'll try to integrate it as if he's wearing a jet booster on his back. The motif is a turtle, but we don't have to use just the turtle only for the character design. I've mentioned the eagles as the motifs. When the shell plate rises like this, it becomes slightly overly complex. But with the motif combining a turtle and an eagle, and adding wings, it looks good. Designs like this are also possible. To appeal to female readers and fans, flipping the turtle's head over might be much. This time, let's try a hairstyle that's as trendy as possible, but incorporates some elements of the turtle here. How about giving it a bit of a military uniform? Picture him in something akin to a military uniform or business suit. If we put the turtle shell on the back, it might come off as a childish joke. Let's put it here. Like the shoulder decoration. We need some mechanical elements, so connect them to the back. While we're at it, let's add another shell-like element. Having it only at the back might feel awkward, so let's add a bit to the front. If you need more clarification, follow my style. Draw what? Draw the circles. When in doubt, draw the circles, even if it feels somewhat disappointing. Let's draw a small circle too. Let's aim to keep it from becoming too exaggerated. How about this? What are your thoughts on the realistic style? Should I cover his face? I like to add intricacy to this part. Wouldn't it seem a bit villainous if eyes were here? And this is a technique I often employ in my designs. For villains, I usually add an extra element to the eyes. If it still feels lacking, let's add some more. Add more if you feel it needs. Let's incorporate here for added complexity. It's looking better now. Does it resemble a turtle to you? Let's include the lower jaw of the turtle as well. And let's refine the design. We can also add an A here. His name is Alpha, you know. It looks pretty good, with a touch of turtle-like. The style where the neck comes up, which we just used and removed, seems reasonable too. Again, it's just my preference, but I like to draw the human body. Whether it's men or women, I love to draw and express the lines and shapes. So let's also reveal some of the body here. If you are unsure, draw the circles. Up to here, let's incorporate some mechanical elements. And the arm here. Draw similar. Coincidentally, there's an A here too, and I like it. Where should we incorporate elements of modern clothing? Adding it to the pants is okay. Well, he doesn't look like 16 years old. And I have yet to talk much about the engineering aspects. These are modern elements, and these details are essential. Additionally, you could incorporate something like a gun here. Does he need a gun or not? Maybe he needs it. I'll draw in a holster as well. Adding a gun here could emphasize the modern elements and show that this character also fights with contemporary weapons. Consistent design is essential, so let's incorporate unified design elements here. Would the shell look strange if it were this large? Or should we tilt it a bit? How about tilting it here?
The turtle shell has wings.
Indeed. Let's tilt it like this. When you're unsure, draw the circles. Add a circular design element here as well. This character has complex and realistic design elements. Instead of making it one solid piece, we'll add movable joints. This allows for more versatility. It's getting too complicated overall, so I will draw this part simpler. I'll make just this connection part more complex. It's a matter of preference. Drawing the connection parts in detail is my preference. I'll also create the space here for various weapons to be attached. This is another way to approach design. I mentioned in the previous video, we've designed the clothes and hairstyles using the 8 design elements. I'll explain trends and preferences and reuse for you some more. Trends, style and preferences, and reuse. I mentioned that these are great ways to design the character quickly, easily, and conveniently. Okay, let's draw Suika. It's reuse, so I'll draw her as simply as I can. Alright, here's Suika. Now, let's reuse the Suika design as a motif for the new character. It's about designing with a turtle shape and strong charisma.
So, he is a turtle version of Suika.
Let's add Suka's bandage here too. We can also use the head ornament again. Considering modern trends, add a sensor device from the helicopter here. It moves around and detects the enemies like a radar. We want to include modern design elements. This pattern on the poncho could be a good addition. He's wearing a poncho, so should we give him military-style pants instead of a school uniform? And combat boots would match well too. We've also included elements of military clothing. He's a 16-year-old who lives as a soldier or a mercenary. The character's backstory is that he was raised in a space mercenary group from infancy. The animation company ordered us to draw freely so we could draw freely our ideas. Should we add turtle shell-like elements here? It's a turtle shell. It would be nice to have something on it. Instead of a turtle shell, let's use a plate like this and add various weapons, like the elements from the helicopter. What do you think? This is an example of reusing Suika's design. Let's think about another example. What else do we have? How about my favorite character from Star Wars, R2-D2? Should we add elements of R2-D2 here too? I will draw the side view. And the design points from my favorite manga series, Dan Da Dan by Yukinobu Tatsu Sensei. It's okay to take inspiration from works you love, but do not copy them. Just use them as an example. If I put the teeth here, it might look too much like Okaroon in the Turbo Granny form. So let's place them somewhere else. How about here? Focusing on the turtle's eyes. If they're too prominent here, it might look strange. So let's draw the eye elements a bit less prominently. Let's take inspiration from Dan Da Dan, but draw your character your own. cover the hands a bit. And cover the clothes more too. It seems like an old school gangster feel. Should we add elements of the letter A here? And as I mentioned, my favorite character, R2-D2. Let's add some turtle elements here too. It's interesting to have various gadgets like those on R2-D2, like a Swiss Army knife. Various tools are coming out. I've incorporated design elements from Okarun from Dandadan and R2-D2 from Star Wars, my favorite works. I'd like to treat this part as a circle, but since other parts are complex, let's focus on the connectivity of the design and keep it simple with black. Here, various devices can come out with all sorts of gadgets, like the Transformers transformation. This can serve many purposes for storytelling, right? Alright, we've designed a superhero character from outer space with a turtle motif, aiming for an action manga concept together. It may be a challenging design, but I wanted to show you how you can utilize the 8 elements for your manga character design. I hope this video helps as a reference to ignite your creativity and offer inspiration. See you next time!